Not the sports news, the Friday edition, and we're talking about the MTN8 this weekend. We're getting closer and closer to the start of the PSL season, and I know that football fans are going crazy. It's been like, I think it's like they've been starved of local action, but then again, there was a FIFA Club World Cup and there was WAFCON, so you've got no excuse, right? You were entertained in some shape or form. But we're asking today, Pirates' reign, can they extend it? Because so much has changed, right? Yeah, okay, the foundation is still there, but there's just so many integral parts of this Pirates team that no longer exist. Hence, we're asking the question today. In a brand new season, it is the way to start a great preseason, if it is a jet to compare that to Chiefs. Can they do it? Can they? Well, if you want to answer, it's very simple. On Facebook, we're Omni Audio, and on Insta, TikTok, YouTube, it's Omni Audio Africa. So go ahead, get in touch, and let us in on what it is that you think. Because, I mean, from my vantage point, I have my own opinion, and don't shoot me for it. And you have yours. So we're really interested in your opinion on this topic. So please go ahead, get in touch, and then we'll see if the Bucks are able to win it for a fourth time in a row, never achieved in the PSL era. Kaizer Chiefs, if we had to give the facts there, have failed to qualify for MTN8. They also missed out in 2019, 24, 25, obviously making the current absence. I don't know what to say. I don't. It's a concern for the Amakhosi fans, wherever you find yourselves. I think you too know that it is a huge concern. But nonetheless, our topic today, let me not digress, is Pirates' reign, and can they extend it? So let's take a look at the weekend fixtures, because here they are in the quarterfinal, single leg ties on Saturday the 2nd rather, of August. Pirates play Polokwane City. That's at 3 o'clock, Orlando Stadium. Remember, Pirates are the defending champions here. Skokune United are up against TS Galaxy. That's at 6, New Peter Mokaba Stadium. And then Sunday the 3rd, this is what it looks like. Stellenbosch are up against Amazulu FC, 3 o'clock, Cape Town, DHL Stadium. And then Sundowns, Richards Bay, that is at 6. And that will be at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. So there you have it. That is the action coming your way this weekend. And so we're asking again that question, Pirates' reign, and if it is that they can make it. Hold on, where's Stellies here? They're up against Amazulu. And remember, at the moment, I am heaping tons of praise on this team and what it is that they're about to do, can do, will do, should do, and coming so close to doing. George, also of Three Man Press, gave a really good analogy, or analysis rather, if you would, saying that if they retain the expertise that they had in terms of the players that they let go of, maybe we would see a Stellies, maybe champions of an MTN8. Who knows? It's all up in the air, and you and I get to play devil's advocate. But who knows better than anybody else is Morgan Gould, a former footballer and a friend of the show. He has been right here on Real, Raw and Relatable before. Morgan, a warm welcome to the show. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, good morning, and thank you for affording the opportunity to speak to you and obviously give information to your lovely listeners.
Thank you so much. MTN8. Are you as excited, I think, as everybody else for this season to actually get underway?
Yes, I think I'm very excited. I mean, I'm more excited than probably the guys that, the consumers and the football lovers, because it gives us the opportunity to see what teams were doing in obviously off-season. Not just that, it gives us opportunity also as us as legends to go out and see the love and the passion that the people have. And also for the new bazokufila, you know, it goes without saying. It says you will be felt. And in that being said, it's just happiness and joy all around, because MTN knows how to do it. And, you know, you can go home with 10 bar as any team that stands to win the trophy at the end of the tournament. Goes to go home with 10 bar.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that, right?
Yeah, each and every one would want that, you know. That, I think, with the consumers also, they actually, I think the spot prizes now has actually been raised to 10 million rand. So you can win weekly prizes up to the value of 10 million rand.
That's insane. How do they do that? Because you already said MTN know how to do it. So share some of that, because it's not just about the football. It's also about consumers, as you say, the football fans who love the game, who also want a piece of the pie. How do they get their hands on it?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You need to have an MTN SIM card and you recharge for 20 rand. After recharging for 20 rand, you dial star 142 hash,
Mm-hmm.
and you go onto the MTN app, and it's self-explanatory, and you'll get all the information on the app.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to win daily prizes, and weekly prizes, should I, in this regard. And who wouldn't want to? The more you recharge, the better your chances, because it's going to snowball. At some point, you get something out of it, and that's how MTN is saying, yes, the football is back. Yes, it's exciting, but the consumers are the most, and the football, the most loved people, and they're the ones that keep MTN going year in, year out.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, and also you have to have that SIM card. So if it is that you are on another service or network provider, you're going to have to change, right, in order to get your name in the hat for those prizes that you're talking about. But Morgan, I mean, you've played football. You know the ins and outs of how it goes. What do you think on a Friday? It is match day -1 for some, -2 for others. What is happening in the minds of the players? Because we haven't seen them in action for a long time, but the psyche, the mental part of this game.
Look, it's a very nerve-wracking one, because the closer you come to the game, the more the expectation, the higher the expectation, and it becomes a little bit of a tricky one, because you need to be calm, collected, and you need to deliver on the day. So most of the times what you do is, as a team, I'll just give you what a team would do. You break it down and say, let's have fun. At the end of the day, football is about fun. Yes, you need to give results. Yes, there's money at stake. But if you don't have fun, you will never enjoy anything you're doing. You'll be doing it because the body and the system is forcing you to do it. But if you do it with a smile on your face, and go back to the days when football meant nothing to you and you were just playing it, and you were playing off the cuff, it's gotten you an opportunity to play it at the highest level. And remember those moments that make you happy, because those are the moments that will walk you through, and those are the moments that will take you through to victory land.
I love that. Remember when you were doing it, when we were just doing it for the hell of it, right? When
Yeah.
it didn't pay your bills. But football is different. I mean, if you take a look at the women's game, it's changed. If you take a look at the men's game, I mean, legends will also tell you about when they didn't get paid, but they played, with their hearts on their sleeves. It's different now. I mean, the stakes are so high. Do you think, with all the attention that is on Erile Mofokeng at the moment, that he can step into a pitch and forget about everything and have fun?
I think it goes without saying, development is very important, and your family background is also very important. I'm not taking anybody on a trip to say, if you don't have a good background, you won't do well. But it plays a role in your career, where if you have stability, you have that support structure, where that come in a form of your parents, where of the community. It plays a big role, and I think he's in the right place at the right time. And all he just needs to go back to the relay that was doing it for the hell of it, and he needs to play it over and over again. The greatest players do it in the world, and I think he's one of the players that can go on and be one of our greats, and just do what they do out there, and to be where he is. It takes a lot, and you must remember, for him to stay on the top, it's even going to take even more. So he just needs to focus on what he needs to do and contribute positively to what his team expects of him.
Yeah. I mean, we're asking the question on the show today. I mean, our question we're putting out there in light of MTN8 quarters is Pirates' reign, and can they extend it? Morgan, from where you sit, it isn't the same, right? I think a team does take a knock in terms of consistency when a coach does leave. And Pirates have a new coach. I mean, in your world, as you from the outside now look in, I mean, share that. I mean, there's got to be pressure on him to be able to defend that title coming in as new coach. And, does a new broom sweep clean? I mean, he wants to bring his own, whatever flavor to the team. But one thing remains. I mean, win, win, win. And if you don't win as a coach, you know what happens.
Yeah, I mean, football is a results sport, because especially at the highest level, you're as good as if you don't win your last game. There's always going to be that talk in the passage, but I think they've chosen a good coach, given the fact that they sign quality players. So it's quality coach, quality players. Synergy now needs to come where both meet one another. I think it's going to be interesting to see how is the one going to up their level, or is the other one going to drop to the other one's level. It's not always that you have to drop to the level don't go well. Sometimes you need to just adjust where you are.
Yeah.
Good coach, as I said earlier on, good players. Now the camaraderie of the team must come through, and the international understanding of the players that they signed needs to come through. The senior players need to also, because, I mean, look at it. They've got a good structure. They've done well. You need to give them the now the pressure's on, as you know, they're going to be the first ones to wear the MTN8 crest, which is something that I would have loved to have worn in the days I was playing, because all around the world, if you look at a Club World Cup, as Chelsea won it, they're gonna be playing with a crest for the rest of the season. So Pirates have the crest. It's for them to, and the trophy. So and the bragging rights, you know. So it's pressure moments, but you know how they say, pressure is a privilege. Not everybody gets under pressure.
Yeah.
And they need to take it into their stride and work with what they have.
Yeah, diamonds only shine after, pressure has been applied. So I get you there. I want to know from you, though, Morgan, the signings that stand out for you. For me, particularly, Mbule stands out. But, I mean, there's also an Apollos that stands out. There's a Tsapang Moremi, Sihle Nduli, Sinotolo Kwaiba. But for you, which one do you think, in all the signings, stands out for you, is kind of the one?
Look, you've mentioned so many players. However, the one that I wouldn't say the signing that stands out. I think the introduction of Mbogazi into Pirates team is phenomenal. And it's 4 years ago, he was a youngster for the love of. Now we're putting it on the bigger. It's going to be. I want him to, and wrong. I think get things wrong when I speak defense. I want him to get things wrong, and I want him to learn, because we need to look after our own. He's a youngster that's doing well, needs to be protected when he needs to be protected. You must remember, he's still a teenager. He'll only be turning 20, and we expect so much of him. The same way with Relay.
Yeah.
He's just reached adulthood now. He needs to be. He needs this. The human element needs to come in. As much as we love him, the human element needs to come in, and they need to protect him. Don't burn anybody. Look, the signings that they made, powerful, but they coming to an even powerful institution. So the signing, the institution, they need to mold and mend so they can make a perfect statue, a perfect picture for their fans and the football at large.
I like what you said in terms of the human element. And at the age of 20, so much is expected, Morgan. But I also almost wonder if it is that there are the paces that they are being put through, because you're saying mold, create, They're bound to make mistakes. That's inevitable. But for me, it's about that safety net. When they fall, who is going to catch them? Because the world is brutal. I sit here as a couch coach and I have my opinion as to who should win and who shouldn't. You have analysts of the game who go in for the kill. You know, it's all about the clicks and the likes these days, right? Be controversial, say this, but you forget at the heart of what you say is actually a person who might bend or break or not recover from your harsh words. And so for me, did you have anything, as much as you're wishing this for him, did you have that safety net in which to fall where, I don't know, you had the arms to run to, or you had the safety of this institution that you talk about, where it's gentle, it's loving, and it's caring enough for you when you fall and break to heal and mend and come back out?
Look, safety net to create, in this day and age, people are doing it for the likes, the comments, the retweets or whatever. But once you're in that spot of bother, you need to create your own safety net, create your own moments that make you happy, And far too often footballers have been deemed in the light of, but you guys are not looking after yourselves. I mean, I'm going to put a simple example, and Romy, you need to be very patient with this. A layman, 9 to 5, person that does a 9 to 5, and a footballer, 20, both are 20 years old. You make a mistake as a footballer, you go off onto the wrong railway, and things go south. A 9 to 5 person goes off the railway, does the same mistakes that the footballer made, but he, at least in life, he knows that the mistakes, financial mistakes, but a footballer, once you make those mistakes, you'll never come back. It's pretty hard for you to come back. So put those two together and see how the safety net on the 9 to 5 they've got safety nets, they've got bounce backs. Footballers don't have bounce back. Once you do it wrong once, you're gone. And that's where we really need to focus on and really need to put a safety net to say, guys, let's not do that. But if we do go wrong, these are the measures you need to take.
Yeah.
And far too often, there are no measures. There's no safety net for us. Your community looks down on you. Your very same people in your family even looks down on you. So we need to create a safety net. And for me, I feel it's more painful for the guys that are playing now because the pressure's higher.
Yeah.
Yes, the money is more. Yes, the teams demand more because they obviously want to achieve. Back then, for us, it was more, yes, the team wants to achieve, but they want to achieve to probably sell you on to another team. But now, it's totally different.
I get you,
so
Morgan.
It's really, really a topic that
needs to be discussed more,
yes.
I feel, because I think collectively as a community, we're responsible for that safety net, not just a club at the end of the day. And I also think, Morgan, if football wasn't televised, right? If we didn't see you, if you were not on that pedestal, if you were not elevated to the status of role models, it might have been easier. If we didn't have social media, it might have been easier for you to stumble and fall and get back up. I think a Temba Bavuma, was it Temba Bavuma and the case recently?
Yeah.
Rabada, I beg your pardon. And I think that was handled really well. But now we're talking about cricket, right? And I think football is a completely different ball game. Because to this day, I still feel he is being protected and not really being made an example of, out in the sun to dry out kind of thing. And I think footballers perhaps need that type of protection.
Definitely. I think you touched a very, very key topic where it also goes with the sport. You must remember with cricket, it's synonymous to, for you to become a good cricketer, you need to go to a certain school where education is put on a pedestal. And then your sport is by the way. But your by the way then becomes a bigger platform for you that surpasses your education. But obviously, because your education is there and you're now smart and you know how to make better decisions in life. With football, it's still, and I like what the CAF president is doing right now, is trying to merge the football and the schooling with one that came with the backup. And we would like have that type of situation. So Kagiso's not been left out in the sun. He's made I don't know if he's made the mistakes, but he's still there. They still treat him like a sunflower, and that's what we want for the sport.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even the coach coming out, Shukri Conrad, and just saying, I see you, I know what happened, how can I be there for you, what do you need, for me spoke volumes. We digress a little bit, Morgan, but I think interesting points where you and I can catch up again, because I do feel that spans into a bigger and better conversation. We are, however, on the MTN8 track, the quarters this weekend. Puti Mohafe, we have to give him a round of applause for what it is that he was able to do with Polokwane City, and they find themselves in this quarterfinal as well. What do you think they're going to do? Because, I mean, they're equally as hungry. And against the Pirates, I'm sure that they've studied them inside out, through and through.
Yeah, I definitely also want to give Puti Mahafi my flowers, should I say. I've
Flowers.
got big respect for
Give him flowers.
Yeah, I'll definitely give him his flowers. I think not just that. I think the chairman of the club also, how he's gone about it, hasn't gone into saying because Puti Mohafe is not a well-renowned name, I'm going to put him aside. He's kept him. He said, "You're my go-to guy. We can work together."
Yeah.
And he's done a phenomenal job. Not forgetting his technical team also. However, 2025, when the year began, it was 2025. And this could be a season for Polokwane City to thrive.
Yeah, man.
They have to obviously become the Giant Slayers if they want to go to the next round. And that being the Giant Slayers, it's going to be hard. Their backs against the wall. They're going to Orlando Stadium. That this is going to be packed to the rafters because the tickets sold out. And thank you to the guys that known how much they've missed football. And MTN is also very appreciative of that. And as the slogan goes, bazokufila, they'll be felt. And it remains to be seen who's going to be walking in the tunnel with the smiles, walking out of the tunnel and into the next round. Going to be the interesting one.
Yeah, it is. Kukuna
Is
United.
it going to be the Orange Army?
Yeah?
Or is it going to be the Orange Army? Or is it going to be the Black and White of Orlando Pirates?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I want to even go with the underdogs here, just because it makes for a better story, but I know the Pirates fans are going to slay me for that one. Skokuna United, though, I mean, make it to the quarters always 22, 23, and in 24. Then they get knocked out in the stage. Psychologically, perhaps they have an advantage over TS Galaxy since they finished above them in the league last season, if we could speak about that, if that's anything to go by.
You look at the league standings and you say, yes, we've achieved something. We've gotten to the top 8. That's a trophy on its own. Just being able to get into the MTN8 is Skukuni went into the transfer market. They signed well. They did well. They've got a good coach. They've got a great institution that has a potential to grow even further. However, TS Galaxy on the other side, the Rockets, they're very mute about their business. Signed the very clean potential that just needs the opportunity to go on to the next level. And you know how TS Galaxy, they sign to sell.
Yeah.
And they sign to sell because they know you're worthy of it. So it's going to be a very interesting game, the TS Galaxy and the Kukuni one, because both teams, if you look at their record history, it's a very close one. Head-to-head is very, very close. So I want to give it to Skukuni, but TS Galaxy, they're no slouches.
No, they're not.
Yes, so the signings again, you can sign well, but you need to put the signings together for it to make sense, for it to produce results. Yeah, the coach needs to just work on that.
So, I mean, 3-1, if you think about MTN8 2024, that was to Stellies, right? Then Stellies make it to the final against Pirates. And for me, I mean, as much as I sit here and I'm not too sure whose side to be on, because usually I choose a side when the match starts. Whether it's a team I'm supporting or not, I choose a side. And I'm finding it really hard here because for me, I've been waxing lyrical about Stellenbosch and what's happening there and how deserving the coach should have been to win PSL Coach of the Season. I'm really passionate about about that one. But I mean, what a formidable team, Morgan, that I almost want to sway in their favor. And what are they going to do? How are they going to change the trajectory for themselves, especially up against an Amazulu? At home, mind you.
Whew, that's a tough one. Also, to Stelis is going to be a humdinger. If I can just take you back, remember Stelis came back from the Confederations Cup and they got beaten 5.
Yes.
They the country the very same week they beat Amazulu 5.
Yes, I recall.
So Amazulu is still scarred since that 5-0. That is going to be fresh in their memories, and I think the coach is going to play a psychological game where he plays that in their memory and say, guys, don't take this team for granted. They put us to the sword. Take it lightly. It might just happen again. In that being said, Arthur has a way of taking teams from not so good positions into better positions. So he's got the pedigree. He's got the intelligence, not forgetting the mastermind on the other side, Steve Barker and his crew. I think how Wesley and Steve Barker work together, you need to just go back and think of back to the days of Tux and how they've done that. He's won and he knows how to win. He knows how to get to finals, and it would be great for him to go a step further and lifting the.
Yeah.
So tough one.
It is. Like I said, I don't know whose side to be on here. But then again, a Sundowns, a formidable team, a team winning the league 8 times in a row, a team whose Lucas Ribeiro Costa scooped most of everything that was up for the awards out at the PSL Awards. You cannot deny the pedigree of this team. And then, I mean, knocked out in the semis last season. And so they're back here with, I think, a bit of a vengeance.
Oh, yes, definitely. I think... and you must remember, they fresh from the Club World Cup. They had 3 weeks break. They've been in training for
a week
or so. Yeah, it's a week. You must remember, muscle memory kicks in very quickly, and especially if you done well and you're talk of the town and the world out there knows about you. You're going to go into the field with so much confidence. But the confidence mustn't take over and become arrogance.
Correct.
They a very good team. I heard someone saying Sundowns can go into without a coach and still they'll play the way they play.
Wow, yeah, true. Actually, there's a couple of coaches in that team, I think.
Exactly, but it's so powerful for a team like that to do well. Richards Bay, on the other hand, listen, it's a maiden season.
Yep.
They can make it a fairy tale for themselves. Maiden season into the top 8, going all the way to the final and winning it.
Yeah.
There's a storyline there. You can actually make history and make it in style. However, they need to overcome the giants.
Correct. You've got to slay.
They need to slay the giant. And the giant right now in front of them is an 8 times winner, is, I think, the most dominating team when it comes to the league on itself.
Yeah.
When it comes to league matches, they are second to none. Cups, they're not really the best, but, you know, a new coach also, in Coach McGraw, he obviously also wants to change the narrative of saying we're not
just league winners,
but we finish, finish well.
Yeah.
This is the opportunity for him also to fix what was really not, I wouldn't say it was broken, but he just needs to fix the narrative and also get it right, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is tough. These are tough fixtures indeed. You've hit the nail on the head, I think, with pretty much every team. Pirates is dominant in cup competitions. Sundowns is dominant when it comes to actually winning the league, you know. And so they hold their own in different spaces, but so do the other teams. You know how they do on the TV, Morgan. Let's do like how they do on the TV. So what is your prediction, Morgan? Orlando Pirates and Polokwane City.
Look, I want goals, firstly, because goals for charity. As an initiative called Goals for Charity, and that will be, obviously, it goes without saying.
Yeah.
The charity will benefit from this. So the more goals we have, the better. I want the game on its own to have like a high score line, like a 3-3 or 3-2.
Okay, nice. Or 4-5.
Listen, but it only the Goals for Charity works only in regulation time. I'm not counting penalties.
Okay,
I don't want it even to go to penalties.
Yeah.
So let's make it a 4-3 game.
Sharp. I like it. With Pirates and Polokwane City.
Yeah.
Skukuna United TS Galaxy. I say a 3-2. Seeing that we want more goals.
3 to a very stingy Skukuni team that won't want to concede a lot of goals. And me worked with Eric. I know what he's all about. I know what he can do. 3-2, I'd say is Kukuni United.
Okay, cool. And then on Sunday, Stellies, Amazulu.
Given the fact that I mentioned the 5-0, also they're going to be very cautious about how they approach the game. They're playing away from home. But I'll still give it to Stellies on a 2-1.
Okay.
Close-knit. Yeah.
2-1 there, and then the Giants, Sundowns up against Richards Bay.
With all due respect to a good friend of mine, a guy that's now coaching, Papi Zotwane. I hope he's not listening, but it's gonna be.
I'll send him the podcast. Don't worry.
Keep it and send it to him so he knows I had it's a disclaimer before. Now, but I'd say.
Sure.
3-1, giving them, they'll score first. Richards Bay will score first, but, Sundowns as being Sundowns, having Themba Zwane back, having Tebogo Mokoena fit, and whatever player plays for Sundowns, I think they've got 4 first 11s that you can pick that can do the job.
Indeed, it is. It's a tough one. Morgan, always a pleasure chatting. Thank you so very much for bringing MTN8 fever here to Omni Audio Africa. We've enjoyed chatting to you, and I know you're going to be out there this weekend. Are you going to all of them, or are you going to some of them?
Romy, I'd like to think I'm Superman, but unfortunately I can't go to all of them. I have to also, let the body rest because it's going to be a grueling couple of weeks leading up to all the way to the final. I'm going to be out at Orlando Stadium. I'm going to be out at Maripa Stadium.
Okay.
I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately, also, I've got other legends that are also going to be attending it. So,
okay, cool.
We share the load. And I would love for the people to come out. I want to take as much pictures as I can because without the people, I'm no one. And I'd also like to extend my gratitude to the people that have been supporting me, the lovers, the haters. The haters make me stronger. The lovers keep me going. And to you, just reminding people that we do still exist. And MTN at large also giving us the opportunity to be their mouthpiece.
Yeah, I'll come with you to the semis, okay? How's that? I'm inviting myself.
Listen, please, if you're available, because I know you're a busy human being, if you're not with the family, please do grace us with your presence. We'll make sure that we look after you.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much. Morgan Gould there chatting about the MTN8 this weekend, and it is going to be a humdinger. So come Monday, we're back here, and then we're going to dissect exactly what went down because it's going to give so much flair and flavor. And then I think I'm going to hold Morgan to it, actually. All his predictions, we'll rewind and see if it is that he got any of those right. But remember, he chose high scoring because every goal there is a charity that gets that benefit. So the more goals, the more money goes to charity. And I really like that. This is a Friday edition. We're back on Monday. Super weekend to you all. Till then, cheerio.